America is deeply divided. There are only two sides to every issue, and there is no interest in finding common ground, not even with members of your own family. But as the 2024 presidential election looms on the horizon, there has never been a more important time to have the necessary conversation. Welcome to the necessary conversation.
You ready to get some terrorism there in your hometown? You're going to.
Okay, let him talk.
All right. Welcome to the necessary conversation. I love the sinister laugh at the end of it. Welcome to the necessary conversation. I'm Chad Culture. With me is my sister, Haley Pope. We are lefties. She's the one who's got her cell phone lighting there, lighting her like a ghoul. And my parents are also with us. They are right-wing, MAGA, QAnon, deep in the hole. We are trying to repair our family's relationships by forcing conversation about the biggest political issues.
Let me throw one little curveball in your description of us.
Oh my God.
We are no longer just MAGA. We are full-blown revolutionists.
Full-blown revolutionists. What does that mean to you?
It means we're going to take over the country and get rid of Democrats.
Okay, let Chad speak.
Okay.
Go.
In what manner?
Any manner that needs to be done, and that includes death.
Okay.
Keep going, Chad.
So my dad is still willing to kill Democrats, including his own children. On January 29th, Dad, you said a nuclear weapon would be used in the war in Ukraine within 30 to 40 days. We are now 252 days past that prediction. No nuclear weapon has been used. Has the prediction failed?
No.
All right, moving on.
Putin's just dragging his feet.
He tested some nuclear.
It's coming.
Okay.
Nuclear.
Let's move
You're
on.
going to see World War III in your lifetime, little lady.
Okay.
Little lady.
Are you talking to me?
Are you talking to me or Chad?
What's going on?
Little lady, little man.
Little lady.
Slick. Let's see. Slick.
And you guys are going to wake up one morning and go, oh, fuck.
Slick and Goose.
Well,
Dad's right, just like Trump was.
All right. Continue.
Clearly, we've taken 2 weeks off and picked a doozy of a day to come back. Everybody seems riled up. Let's
wait,
continue.
I got to say one thing.
Okay.
If he can interrupt, I can interrupt. Thank
Very
you.
good.
We got a lot. Chad got a lot. I got a lot. Haley might have got some DMs. People wondered where we were. And, Chad's
mostly
rule,
our people.
Chad's rule is we don't answer those, but I have on occasion, so I break the rule. But
I don't have any rule. You could do whatever you want. Right now, for anybody listening, my mom is now running the newly formed social media for this show. Mom, where can they find you? Because I know you've done some weird things with the account names.
I am trying so hard. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram.
Right? At what? What is the TikTok name that you would look up?
I think it's the necessary conversation.
It's not. It's Kultgens Family.
No.
Oh, wait. Yeah. TikTok is Kultgens Family, and Instagram is the necessary conversation 2024. Which
you
of
need
course
to change it all. Change it all to the same.
Okay, here's what happened. I did them different. Then when I went back and tried to change that other one, it said I couldn't do it for 7 days.
Okay.
But I think I'm now past the 7-day range, so I will go back. And what do you want it?
Whatever you want, but it needs to say the necessary conversation without a year attached, preferably.
Make it as plain and simple as possible so people can find it.
Okay. Here's okay. One more thing. When I did the necessary conversation on Instagram, guess what, Mr. Chadley?
Yeah.
It wouldn't let me because someone else had already done it prior and forgot that password. Hello.
Hi. Let's move on. We've got a question from a listener. We're going to open the show like we do every week.
Another lefty from stupid California.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's find out.
Hi, guys. This is Chuck. I'm calling from Texas. I want to say most people think that Democrats and Republicans are wildly different from each other. And, Bob and Mary Lou, I think, definitely epitomized that view. My view is that the parties are basically the same. They're beholden to corporations and other large donors. To me, it's obvious that most members of both parties are corrupt, and they're just operating in a system that almost requires it. I also want to say that there's really no red states and blue states. Every state has blue cities, purple suburbs, and red rural areas. In California, for example, 1 out of 3 people voted for Trump. In Texas, I think Biden got 46%. So, that's why civil war that Bob's always talking about is a fantasy, because unlike the first Civil War, there's no hard geographical line and no central issue that's separating us. Anyway, thanks for letting me rant. I guess my question is, what is your reaction, each of you, to this rant? Okay, thanks a lot. I'm a big fan. Bye.
So there you go. The question is, are the political parties the same, essentially, because they're both, as this caller stated, beholden to corporations? Are there differences?
Absolutely not. He's full of shit. And I'll bet $50 he lives in Austin, Texas, which is nothing more than a fucking little city inside of Texas that all the Californians moved to.
But doesn't that prove his point that Texas is not a red state if it has a giant blue city in it? If the capital of Texas is blue?
Yes.
Okay.
Because of California.
Did he?
But
because of California.
If that dumbass would check his fucking per capita data,
Quit yelling.
he'll find out that Texas is nowhere near blue.
Well, he said 46% of the vote went to Biden.
46%. That's almost half.
He did? Oh, he did?
Yeah.
According to what?
I don't know.
The
This is all
2020
Googleable.
election?
Quit
Yeah.
yelling.
Which was a bullshit deal.
Did he say though that Republicans? Did he say Republicans and Democrats were the same?
Yeah, he's full of shit.
Yes,
This is-
essentially
this is a
he is
quick-
correct.
Does
Here.
this dumb
just Googled this.
motherfucker
Stop.
even listen to us?
I just
Do
Googled
we
this.
sound the same as you? No.
I just Googled this.
Not being rude.
This is on Wikipedia. Biden got 46.5% of the vote in Texas, 5.2 million votes. Trump got 52.1%, 5.8 million. So he is right about this.
Oh, he is?
Yes.
Where's the data from?
Wikipedia.
That's bullshit.
Chad just Googled it.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh
bullshit.
Lord! Oh Lord!
Okay.
It's gonna be a
It's not
bad
bullshit.
day.
He is right. My
It's
opinion
total
of this
bullshit.
is
He's wrong, and he lives in Austin.
okay.
And he probably grew up in L.A.
I thought
Yes.
it was a very good question, but the first part, right when he said Democrats and Republicans are the same,
He's
Yeah.
full of
What?
shit.
they're not. They're
The
not.
biggest difference, I think, is in social issues. I don't think you would have had a Democratic president overturning Roe v. Wade and trying to stack the Supreme Court with Christian conservatives. I think it's mainly
Probably
in
not.
that. It's
Yeah.
obviously
yeah.
anti-trans bills and
I
stuff
don't
like
give a
that
shit
aren't
what
going to
he
get
thinks
passed
it
or even
is.
brought to
He's
the
gonna
floor.
find out.
by
He's gonna find out
Democrats.
Republicans are not Democrats.
Yeah, they're not.
And
the
we're gonna
same.
find that out in the next 12 months, boys.
I thought his question was very good. Thank you. Very much.
Boys.
Haley,
There will
thoughts?
be blood.
All right, let Chad.
Yeah, I mean, there's
talk.
definitely truth to his statements, his rant. I mean, like all political shit, like everything is corrupt. Republicans, Democrats, like the whole fucking lot. If you're all the way one side, you're wrong. I mean,
Except Trump.
it's
He was dead
politics
on
is rife
everything he
with
predicted.
corruption. Republicans
He
and
was
Democrats
right
alike.
about everything he predicted.
It was a fair rant.
All
He
right.
was
Well,
right about everything he predicted.
Let
Okay.
I have a sign in my front yard that says so. That makes it right.
Bob, you're
Must
looking
make it true.
crazy.
I am crazy.
You're not
Yeah,
letting the
I'm-
children speak.
I'm almost over the edge now. I'm ready to go to guns, motherfuckers.
Okay, let the children
all right.
speak.
Thank you.
Biden is about
Christ.
to kill us all. He's a dumb motherfucker that needs a dirt nap.
Okay,
I agree with
let
that last
the
part of that
children
statement.
speak.
Thank you, Chuck, for sending in your question. If anyone else out there would like to send in your question to maybe be played here at the top of the show, just send your question in the form of an audio file no longer than 1 minute to thenecessaryconversationpod at gmail.com. I go through them all.
Watch
out the
your
ones-
screen, guys. Watch your screen.
Stop it.
That's what's going to happen to anybody that
What?
fights the MAGA.
What did that? What was that? Are you sniffing her armpit?
No, I'm going to bite her ass and take a chunk.
Oh my God.
That's what's coming, Democrats.
Bob,
Let's move into
please.
the show today.
Hey,
We've got a lot.
We cannot take 2 weeks off again. Jesus, help us all.
Especially when that dumb motherfucker's asleep at the fucking wheel
Okay.
while World War III started.
Let Chad
Well,
speak.
let's get into it then.
Okay.
Our first topic today is, of course, the war in Israel. It's the biggest news in the world right now. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu formally declared war on Hamas after they launched
Next week they're sending in foot soldiers, and Palestine will no longer exist in a month.
All right.
Let
So
Another
Netanyahu
prediction.
has declared war on Hamas after they launched a surprise attack Saturday morning, firing thousands of rockets and entering Israel by land, sea, and air using paragliders, and continuing the rocket attack the following day. At least 300 people have died and thousands of others are wounded in Israel. In Gaza, at least 256 Palestinians have died and more than 1,700 are wounded. And these numbers were from earlier this morning when I was getting all this. Who knows what they're up to by the time this comes out? We're recording this Sunday. This will be out Monday. I mean, all these numbers are going to be low by tomorrow's standards. Israel retaliated with airstrikes and ground fighting. Hamas claims it has captured dozens of Israelis. We've seen videos of these coming out now, including
Check
soldiers.
out my MAGA face.
And all right. Israel's military has acknowledged hostages were taken, some of whom are now believed to be American. Biden spoke by phone to Netanyahu on Saturday to offer, quote, all appropriate means of support.
He finally
in what
wake
many
up.
believe will be a prolonged or extremely violent war. Some people are questioning if this attack was the result of a lapse in Israeli and U.S. intelligence. All right. Let's just
have
simply here. We've got war in the Gaza Strip again. Whose side are you on, Haley?
Oh, please.
Israel.
Mom.
Israel.
Dad.
Israel.
I'm on humanity's side. I have the right answer. You were all wrong.
Oh.
Is Biden doing the right thing by offering what he said, again, quote, all appropriate means of support, Dad?
Which means he's going to do jack shit. You leave it up to Bibi. Bibi's going to wipe those motherfuckers out once and for all.
Let's go back to September 11th.
Biden has nothing to do with this.
Let's go back.
Mom, what are you saying?
That fucker's done.
All right,
Let's
Mom,
go back
what do you got?
Let's go back to this year, September 11th, last month. 5 for 5. We got 5 prisoners released. They got 5, and Biden gave them released the $6 billion funds that then went into the hands of Iran.
Okay.
That is what is making this war happen. Okay. Biden made this war happen. We all know it. Wait
a minute. Biden made this war happen? How long has fighting been going on in this area?
It has been very stable. It has been very stable.
Never.
Decades.
Multiple decades.
Never.
Long
to
time.
This extent. Never to this extent.
No, it is
not one fucking day to this extent.
It has been very stable up to the point.
When were the suicide bombings? When was like the suicide bombing? Wasn't that like 10, 20 years ago?
Oh yeah, I lost like 10 people.
On September the 11th.
We're blowing up buildings. They're tearing down fucking infrastructure.
Let me talk. On September
Palestine is going to be a dirt hole.
On September 11th, when those funds were released, the very next day, September 12th, Trump on Twitter X, said that was the biggest mistake he ever made. That just funded terrorism. And look what is happening. Now, one more thing, because I want to talk before someone else starts yakking. If you don't think that those mean people are here in the United States, then you're both stupid.
What those people? Hamas?
Yes.
Okay.
They've come across.
And Hezbollah. They're all here, you dumb shit.
They've come across the southern border because Biden has let anybody that wants to come in. They're here, Chad.
And what do you think Hamas is doing
every night, Chad.
They're going to get you in LA and some more dumb fuckers in New York. Because you are the people they hate.
Uh-huh.
I pray every night that you will get out of LA. That would be one big target. Haley could be safe in Dallas.
Don't go to
probably
any football
be safe
games.
Here in the middle. But big crowds now, don't go to places with big crowds.
100,000 people in a stadium. Easy.
Yeah. We're next. We are next.
I mean, you know me. I'm somebody who seeks out the biggest crowds imaginable, and I just love to bathe in the atmosphere of a giant crowd. So that I can't help you with. Should we engage in this fight, which is now a war? War has been declared. Should we engage in it militarily? U.S. hostages were taken. U.S. citizens are now hostages. Doesn't matter.
You let Bibi go, and he'll annihilate that entire fucking country.
Right. United
doesn't
States
need-
citizens
he-
are
doesn't
now
matter.
their prisoners. Kill them.
We have
Fuck
like the
'em.
largest
Fuck 'em.
military budget
Fuck 'em.
and military, correct, in the whole world.
Hang on a minute.
What?
Not anymore.
Yes.
You're out of your
No,
fucking
Not
mind if you
anymore.
think our military
In the entire world, like
Yes.
it's
It's
literally
larger
our
than the next
moral.
10
we have
countries
more
combined.
Yeah.
people,
It is our
but
moral
they
obligation.
have a more
Quit
efficient
yelling.
army.
Quit yelling.
Okay.
They have a more efficient killing machine than we do. You better believe that
All right.
shit. You're going to
So,
start
Dad-
to see it on TV in the
Okay.
next 2 or 3 days.
Let
Dad,
Chuck-
you said something there that I found interesting. You want to kill the U.S. prisoners.
No,
No.
they're irrelevant. If they get
Irrelevant.
killed while BB's taking over that country, so be it. It's a
Okay.
small price to pay compared to what we're gonna pay if we don't let him do it.
It never should have happened.
You guys don't know how to get to the
I mean,
bottom fucking line.
I guess I see it a lot differently.
600 Americans to save 100,000 here.
I see that differently because I have
Well, I
a
know you
spouse
do.
that has
That's why
traveled
that's
to
why you're on the
that
wrong
has
side.
traveled to Israel for fucking work in the past. So like American hostages are kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Kind of a big fucking deal.
You
And we
get
have the
caught
biggest
with your
military
pants down
power
now,
in the
you
world.
Yeah. You
We
get
are the
caught
biggest
with your
military
left-
power in the world. We have a moral obligation to do
Yes,
shit.
we do.
We
Yes,
do
we
not.
do.
You know,
You're
all
crazy.
we do, all the Americans do when they get involved in war is get in the fucking way. You let Bibi Netanyahu take over that
Well,
fucking
They
Palestine,
make a lot of
murder
money
all
too.
those
Don't forget about that.
motherfuckers, and the game's over.
This
Yeah.
never should have happened. Biden made this happen.
What did
Just
he
mark
do?
my-
What did he do to make it
Dave,
happen?
He
Release-
gave the terrorists
I'm
$6
talking.
billion fucking dollars.
He
Okay.
released the funds back to them. And Donald Trump the next day said, big mistake. This is a big mistake. And this is the outcome.
Okay. We are now, I mean, there are always conflicts. There are always armed conflicts going on globally. That's just the nature of humanity. We are a stupid, greedy species, fearful of everyone. How many wars must we be in globally before we consider this World War III? The two main wars that are happening now are Ukraine and now this one going on in Gaza Strip.
You're already
Uh,
there.
But the parties that are in those wars are not exactly aligned. These are separate incidents that don't, at least at face value, have any kind of political alignment other than
Hold the phone, Jock.
okay.
Jock.
Yeah.
Jack.
You don't think Iran and Russia are politically aligned? You are so
Yes.
full of shit. I don't even know where to
They're
start.
not formally politically aligned.
Doesn't matter what's formal. It
Yeah.
matters what's going to happen. Dead people are happening
does matter
every
what's
fucking
formal.
day under you damn lefty goody two shooters watch.
Okay.
Goody two
they-
shooters. I like that.
Yeah,
On
you're a bunch
TV
of goody two shooters that can't pick your own ass.
okay. On TV, they are saying now like 1,600 captive and 600 or more dead. And some of those are American people. Now we are involved. Now we are. And you watch.
That's why I was
Biden-
asking,
well,
and you
yes,
both said
yes.
no.
No,
No.
I said we
I
are.
said no.
And guess what? Biden won't do a goddamn thing.
So
I
we're
wanna-
not involved because our president will stick his thumb in his ass, pull the shit out on his thumb, and go take another fucking nap.
Okay, so
yeah.
wait a minute though. The way you're saying that sounds like you do want us to get involved.
No. I
So wait
don't
a minute.
think
Is
we
it
need-
okay to not get involved, or should we be
Yes.
involved?
We should not be involved.
So pulling
we
his thumb
won't
out of
be
his ass is
involved.
fine then.
Well, we won't be involved because we've got a gutless president. None of this shit would have happened
Listen,
if we had
no, hang
anybody
on,
with
hang
a
on a minute.
fucking brain.
Hang on a minute. You're saying we have a gutless piece of
You
shit
don't
president who
know.
won't do anything. Then you're also saying we shouldn't get involved. Which is it?
Well, that's the same thing. We have a gutless
They're
president.
exactly the opposite.
No, they're not. Shut your mouth and listen.
Oh my
We have a
God.
president. We have a president who won't do anything, which
Okay.
is the same thing as we're not going to get involved.
I have
But
a
you
dumbass.
don't think we should be involved. So whether he's gutless or not, he is
I do
performing the
not.
action you
I
think
do
is
not
right.
think. I told you
Please don't yell.
20 times. I don't think we should get involved.
Okay,
you let
great.
Bibi Netanyahu annihilate and exterminate Palestine, and then
Okay.
all that shit's over.
Here's
That's what
my
Biden's
solution.
doing. So you should
No,
be
he's
supporting
not.
Biden's policy on this.
No, he's not. He gave him the fucking money to start it.
All right,
Here's
we
what
got to
we
move on.
should do.
Sorry, Mom,
One more-
last
wait,
word
wait,
on
wait.
this. Mom, you get the
Yes.
last word.
Trump needs to become Speaker of the House. They're talking to him again about it. At first he said no. Now listen,
Somebody predicted this
Listen.
2 years ago.
bring him in Speaker of the House.
He
And
can't
then
be. Isn't there some rule against if you're convicted
No.
of felonies or
No.
something?
The
You can't be.
fucking
He's not convicted.
criminal.
of anything.
He is. He has been.
No, he's not.
Or no, it's about indictment. If you've been indicted on a felony,
That's
you can't
not
be Speaker
true.
of a House.
That's not true.
Okay, so
Hang
Right.
on.
I don't know. That's the more Wikipedia
I'm about
shit.
ready to leave. If you're going to yell in my
Wikipedia.
ear.
That's that Wikipedia, Jack.
I like Wikipedia. Which
I'm not-
Wikipedia?
Okay, I'm still not done.
You
Yeah,
two
sorry, go
shooters,
ahead, Mom.
two-shooter, Jack.
He needs to become Speaker of the House, and then I don't know how we would do.
Dirt nap for the other two.
Boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom,
Boom,
and then
boom. Wow.
he's president.
And then your nice
Speaker.
Donald Trump's going to turn it all back.
This would not be happening with him. This would not be happening if he was our president.
Okay, here it is. The
Yes.
26th rule of the House Republican Conference reads in part, a member of the Republican leadership shall step aside if indicted on a charge of a felony for which a sentence of 2 or more years imprisonment may be imposed. And Trump, we're going to get to it. He's got
Well,
nine,
he ain't getting
he
any.
faces currently
He's
91
got
criminal
three-
charges
he's
across
got
4
three
cases.
Fat black
Just
people
91.
trying
He
to
almost
send
has
him to jail.
100 fucking charges. Like,
Yeah,
Jesus
and we're going to
Christ.
get to it. That's going to be our last topic. But let's
Big,
move.
dumbass black people trying to send him to jail.
Okay, let's move
Big,
on
fat,
to.
and stupid. And
Let's
then
move-
you got the fucking pygmy up there lying her ass off every day.
All right, here we go. We're moving on to topic number 2. We're talking about Kevin McCarthy. He will
Fat
not.
black people.
He will.
That's who's trying to send him to jail. Big, fat, stupid black people.
What?
Kevin
is your-
McCarthy will not run for
Please.
speaker again after the House, led by an effort from Matt Gaetz.
No shit.
Other high-line conservatives
Well,
ousted him
that's
from
a
the
tough
top
call.
leadership post in a historic vote on Tuesday. The tally was 260. Okay,
Well,
the
look at all
tally
three
was
of them. Look at all three of them.
216.
Look at
Look at
the New York.
210.
Look at the New York.
With
Look at the
eight.
New York guy. Look at the guy that pulled the fire alarm, and look at the fat black woman in wherever in the hell else it is. They're all fat, black, stupid people.
The tally was 216 to 210, with 8 Republicans siding with Democrats to remove him from speakership. It also comes days after McCarthy successfully engineered a last-minute bipartisan effort to avert a government shutdown. The House will now need to elect a new speaker in the meantime. Rep. Patrick McHenry of North Carolina will fill the role in the interim. As it stands now, there are 2 likely possibilities for his successor, House Majority Leader
Sugar
Steve,
Bear's not
who
worried.
is the number 2 Republican, and Jim Jordan, who is endorsed by Trump for the position. The House is expected to stay out of session for the rest of this week, and Republicans are expected to hold a speaker candidate forum in a week from now. Is the Republican Party too broken to function, Mom?
No, I don't think so.
This has never happened before.
I know. In
By
the
the way.
history ever.
And
I
that's
know.
why it's going to be monumental.
Trump, if he doesn't take the speakership, if they don't,
He's not going to.
Well, then
You
he,
don't know
He's
They
supporting
said he
Jim
might.
Jordan.
No, now it's reopened.
it's reopened as
As of
yes,
today.
today.
I just read you this thing. The House
you know what?
Republicans
I don't know what you're
have a
reading.
rule.
Uh-huh.
No,
Wait, isn't Jim Jordan the guy that like turned his head when there were a whole bunch of sexual assault allegations, like in a high school or
Ohio
some shit?
State.
Is this the same guy?
you
No.
talking about the wrestler?
Yes,
No.
he was like a wrestling coach or some shit,
No,
and he
was
knew
a-
that
he's a
that some of the
national
athletes
He's a
Yes.
national champion wrestler.
Yes.
he
And
knew
he's
some of
an
the
ass
athletes were being
kicker.
sexually assaulted, and just
This
was
is
like, man,
from
whatever.
He said he never.
2020.
He said he
6
never
former
fought.
wrestlers say Rep. Jim Jordan knew about abusive OSU doctor. So it was
Yeah.
a doctor at OSU who was molesting
It
these
wasn't Jim
wrestlers.
Jordan. He had nothing to do with it.
I don't
It says
think
that he says, I have nothing to do with this, at least in this article, but it says that he and other people knew about it and said nothing. So we don't know. But he's claiming no, but possibly.
I think even if Trump isn't elected, he'll go back and speak to them all
Okay.
and say unite. He'll unite them some way.
Sure. But
There will be blood.
the
Just get
reason
used
that
to it.
McCarthy got ousted is because there is no unity in the Republican Party. You have hardline
No.
right wingers.
Because he lied like a motherfucker, and
No.
he believed that wicked witch Nancy fucking Pelosi
Yeah.
that she would have his back, and she fucking dogged him again. And that's how fucking stupid McCarthy is. And that motherfucker is nothing but a rhino, and I think they ought to drag him behind the car.
Okay, so how this happened was all the Democrats in the House voted to oust him, and then it was a handful of these hardline Trump Republicans that also voted to oust him.
Smart people.
So what I'm asking you is, there's clearly a divide in the Republican Party. There is no unity there. They fucking ousted their Speaker of the House.
Yeah,
You know why?
The one
He's a
branch of
rhino.
government where they have control, they have no fucking control. It's upside down.
They're going to become more and more MAGA every fucking day of your life.
Now, what was the deal?
And they're going to be well united when the shit hits the fan.
Okay.
What was the deal that the Matt guy said that Matt Gaetz said that there was, I don't know if it was a rumor or he heard about the money going
backroom deal.
There was a backroom deal with Biden and Ukraine.
McCarthy's a rhino.
That allowed.
He's a Democrat.
What was that they allowed the money to go there, and then Biden would do something for them later. That's the reason they ousted
Pelosi
him.
guaranteed him that she would have some Democrats back him up, and she did not.
She did not.
Yes,
and,
smart.
And
the Democrats were smart.
Amazing enough, that stupid motherfucker believes Nancy fucking Pelosi, the most corrupt bitch on the planet.
Okay. So my question again is, are you at all worried that the Republican Party has lost its ability to function because of this divide?
No.
I think it's going to be 10 times
stronger.
As soon as they place their new speaker, all hell's going to break loose.
Well, I believe that this is a complete implosion of the Republican Party. If they cannot maintain control of the one governmental body that they have the majority in, I don't think that bodes very well for them in almost anything coming up in the near future, including the next presidential
election.
It'll
make Trump 10 times stronger.
What's going to implode is the Democratic Party. Because now the gig's up. There's no more bullshit. Everybody knows they're full of crap.
Quit yelling.
All right.
Okay.
Do you think that this divide is going to play out in the general election? And what I mean by that is there are clearly Republicans who were not going to oust McCarthy. Most of them weren't. I would say that these are kind of more traditional kind of career politician type people, right, who weren't going to do it. It's the ones who got him ousted were the MAGA Republicans. So
and they won.
Right. But there are a lot of people. Won. Okay. So there are a lot of people.
Now there's going to be 108.
Okay, so there's a lot. Well, I don't know if that's true, but
I do.
There's a lot of people now in the Republican Party who see this. They didn't want him ousted, and they see the MAGA Republicans as flies in the ointment. That it's these motherfuckers are fucking up the whole Republican agenda with their dumb bullshit. Is that going to carry over?
McCarthy had no agenda. Play along. Give the Democrats what the fuck they want, and just get by. Okay. That's all McCarthy was. Right. He's a piece of shit.
So you don't think antics like this are turning off the kind of more moderate Republican voters, the more level-headed ones?
No, they're going to become more extreme MAGA people as time goes on. Because Biden's going to keep fucking shit up. The Democrats are going to continue to have interest rates and inflation go to the fucking moon. And in another 12 months, when all this shit comes to fruition, nobody's going to vote for a Democrat.
I don't think that's right. I think
it's already been established. Like MAGA is MAGA. No one else is joining the cause. It is what it is. Like numbers are not going to continue to grow because the lunacy is just getting out of hand.
The lunacy is all on your side of the fucking
MAGA is set. The numbers will not grow. What exists now is what will exist tomorrow and the day after.
How come they are growing?
They're not.
They're not.
Haley's right in this.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is.
The gap that Trump is gaining every day is growing.
Okay.
It's not.
And if you're what you're saying is true.
The gap in the Republican Party, yes, because nobody's enthused about the other candidates.
He's got a 10-point lead on your fucking dumb ass.
Okay.
Now.
let me, if I may.
You go ahead and may all you want. You don't know
God.
what you're fucking talking
Help
about.
us.
Okay, this is what I think is going to happen in this presidential election. I think stuff like this, it paints a picture of the minority of the Republican Party is these hardline MAGA Republicans are taking the whole party hostage now. And I think the general Republican electorate is not that. It's not MAGA.
Mhm.
I think a lot of people voted for Trump that were just generally Republican because it wasn't the Democrat. We've seen 4 years of that, and we're seeing now how it's affecting these other legislative bodies. And I think the general Republicans are like, fuck these people. I won't vote
Yeah.
for a Democrat, but I'm not voting for Trump. I think this is losing him votes.
No,
McCarthy was proof of this.
there was what, 80 million?
Mhm.
And now up to 100?
110.
110?
What?
MAGAs? Now there's
Where are you getting
110
that
MAGAs.
number from?
Wikipedia.
From the real news.
Wikipedia.
From the real fucking news.
Oh dear God.
Okay.
No, I don't agree with you on that, Chad. I think Republicans are getting stronger and stronger. I really do. They're tired. They're pushing back now. They're tired of it,
But you know what,
and they're tired of Biden.
You're right. But you know what the problem with Chad is?
What's the problem with Chad?
He doesn't realize
Where'd we
this
go?
is happening to him right under his fucking nose.
Oh, you know what, Chad?
What's happening to me?
Did you go to those stores I told you to go to? And I sent you those
No,
addresses.
I need to.
What's
hang on a minute.
happening to me?
What is happening to me? I don't understand what he's even talking about.
What's happening
happening?
to Chad?
MAGA,
MAGA?
MAGA has
He
grown
went to the
by
bathroom.
20 million
Oh, MAGA
in the
has
last 6 months.
MAGA
What's
in the
that?
last 6 months has grown by 20 million.
How does that
people.
affect me? Why is that something happening to me?
He said it's happening under your nose and you don't even see it.
Okay,
But-
then I guess it doesn't affect me. I mean, I don't know. What to tell you. Yeah.
I sent you those addresses and those stores that went under because of looting and rioting or whatever in LA. Did you go to those stores and see
I tried
if
to
they
get
were
to them, but
open?
I couldn't get through the barbed wire. There's police everywhere, guys with machine
See?
guns locking it down.
See?
I
You're-
couldn't get in.
See, your mother doesn't lie. There you go.
Yeah. All
Your
right.
mother doesn't lie.
Well, we've gotten heated up. Let's try and simmer down a little bit. I had a question to ask of all of you. Did you watch The Golden Bachelor?
I did not, but I did see the clips for it, and then I
Yeah.
Googled a little bit, and it does look it looks cute. The guy's wife had died, I think, right back in 2017. So
Yes.
he was
6
he's a
months after they bought
widower.
their dream home. Her name was Tony.
I know.
All right, I'm not gonna lie. I've never watched The Bachelor, but and I didn't watch this one, but I do think I'm going to. There's
Yeah.
something about like super
looks
old
cute.
people trying to find like
They're not super
I don't
old,
know.
first of all.
How old
Jesus
is
Christ.
he? How old
He's
was
73
he? Yeah. So
That's
you think-
pretty
or
old.
72, I think he is. And the age range of the people that he's dating is, I believe the youngest one is early 60s. But
I like this concept.
it
Yeah, I
is
kinda
the
like it.
best Bachelor. As somebody who is, I think, the world's foremost expert on all things Bachelor, I can objectively tell you it's the best product this franchise has ever made. It obviously was a massive ratings juggernaut. It's kind of dominating the reality TV sphere right now. Highly recommend it, but I especially want to know what you and Dad think of it because it is people like around your age. They're all baby boomers.
Yeah, I mean, I will watch it now. I saw the little clips of it. I thought it looked kind of cool, but that would be nothing I would do. I mean, no.
So
'cause
wait,
I'm
is
married,
this
Well,
a
you're
whole
married, so
new-
that
I
would
know.
probably
Is
prohibit
this-
you from entering.
But I have,
Does this mean
no.
that this is a new game though for you? Because all of
Yeah.
the posturing and all of the things that occur in regular Bachelor clearly, like for boomers at this age, are not going to be the same.
It's exactly
Like it's
the
all
same.
different. Are you serious?
Yeah, watch the show.
yeah, but
Huh.
those people aren't gonna, like, the woman's not gonna run and jump on him and put her arms around or his legs
That's called a
around it.
hooju, a hug jump.
Yeah.
They have not done that yet. No.
That's
But
what
they
I'm-
did require them to, like, when younger players move into the Villa de la Vina, the mansion where they shoot the show, they have they put them like in these shitty little rooms, like 5 to a room, sleeping in bunk beds and shit. It's almost like army conditions. They did do that to these 60-year-old women. They show it in the show. It's like, it's still The Bachelor. You still got to do some Bachelor shit.
So when you
Oh.
sign up for it, is there shit? Do you think that they have to like go through some kind of physical fucking test to be able to do this show?
I I don't think so. They don't do, I mean, at least in the traditional Bachelor, they do a drug test, an STD test, and they do a psych eval. I'm sure they all had to go through those things, but I doubt that they had to do like some kind of physical exam to see, like, are you strong enough to do this?
Dad
But like
said
sleeping in bunk beds at 70 years old, like that doesn't sound like a good time. You know what I'm saying?
There's a whole segment about it where they are making jokes about their knees, and I got to sleep on the bottom bunk because I have to pee 6 times a night and shit like that.
I love that.
I would
Yeah,
not do
I'm
that
watching
for
it. I'll watch
nothing.
it.
Your dad said he did not watch it. He never will. And there you go.
Thank you for taking an interest in the things that I'm interested in, Dad. I love you too. Let's move on to our next topic. We are talking about Dianne Feinstein, dead. Feinstein died last week at 90. She was the first female mayor of San Francisco, held that job for 10 years. She later served in the U.S. Senate for more than 30 years. She was instrumental in the passage and creation of the 1994 assault weapons ban, as well as the Senate Intelligence Committee's report on the use of torture after George Bush Jr. started the war in the Middle East. She was a trailblazing example to women of multiple generations in an overwhelmingly male-dominated political landscape.
My
California
God.
Governor Gavin Newsom appointed LaFonza Butler to fill Feinstein's seat on an interim basis, and she was sworn in last Tuesday. But in the last 2 years of her life, her health did begin to decline. We all witnessed her on tape, not understanding if a vote was being called in the Senate, much like Mitch McConnell's dead-eyed stare into space in the middle of a sentence. She started to exhibit signs that perhaps she was unfit for the position later in life. And we are now in an era where this is just commonplace. So do you think, Mom, is Dad there, by the way?
Yes, he's over there getting ready to yell stuff. Get ready.
He's just stomping around in the background. All right.
Yes, he's here.
Do you think it's okay to die in office from old age, Mom?
I think it's terrible. And I think the reason people hang on like that is just it's all about the money so that they can have the money the rest of their lives and their families can have it after they die.
How old did she die? 90 years old. Do you think she was like at 88? She's like, I gotta make some more money. She'd made all the money that she needs. It's not about money. I think it's about identity and control.
What's it called, Bob? It's about the benefits.
They start worrying about how they're going to leave the kids.
How they're going to leave money to the kids. So they want those benefits till the very last day, as long as they can get them. That's what it was about, I think, with her.
And as long as ignorant voters keep putting her in office, she can keep a $200,000 a year job.
Are you hearing what he's saying?
And all the millions that she has for campaign funds.
He said as long as ignorant people keep her in there, she can stay in there forever and get all the benefits she ever needs, even though she's probably
she spends millions of dollars.
Okay, here's what I don't understand though.
I can't really hear him because I don't know where he is.
Once she did pass, though, what I don't understand is why did the governor appoint someone that didn't even live there in California, know California that well, because he said, it was an interview he did prior, and he said if she would ever pass, he goes, oh, but we don't want that to happen. I will appoint a black woman. So he's going to find a black woman who is gay just to appoint whether they qualify for that job or not, whether they're the best pick or not. What happened to Hispanics? What happened to all the other colors of people? Why is he zeroing in on that? That's the part I don't like.
Okay. Do you think there is ever possibly
Why
a way?
are you just saying on that?
I think representation is important.
Oh, so whether they
I think any governing board, any fucking governing board, representation is important. To have a whole bunch of white men tell us what to do is not ideal. I'm not a white man. Who's speaking for me?
So qualifications.
You got to, if he wants to scream, he's got to be sitting on that couch.
Okay. So qualifications.
I have no idea what he's saying in the background.
So qualifications mean nothing. It's just the color of your skin that means something now.
Clearly, they're not unqualified. There are qualifications being met. Donald Trump is a fucking reality star. If you want to talk about qualifications,
is real.
I can't hear what he's saying. He's got to be in the same room with you.
Do you want to talk? Okay, quit yelling. All right.
You tell him what I'm saying.
He said, "Wife."
No,
white
we're not going to
supremacy.
relay.
Yeah,
He's
we're
not
not
going to
gonna
talk
relay.
through you. He needs to be sitting on that couch next to you, or you need to be sitting next to him if it's possible.
I'm moving.
I'm afraid he's yelling bad things I don't want y'all to hear.
Okay. Do you think there's ever possibly a way any politicians are going to pass a law that requires testing of age-related mental decline or medical approval of some kind in order to stay in office?
No, like if they were gonna do it, they would have fucking done it. Like we've been here. I mean, like how many times? Fucking Biden. We got Mitch McConnell turtling
How many
out.
times? We're living through it. Trump, Biden,
They're going to do this.
McConnell,
They're
Feinstein, obviously. We saw Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I would put her in this
Has
category
it
as
even
well.
has it even been a discussion? Is there
No.
even a
I
real
mean,
discussion that surrounds it? There isn't.
No.
term
There's not.
limit.
Term
No.
limits.
Big discussion.
Yeah, there's a big discussion on term limits. They just haven't voted yet.
No, this isn't term limits, though. This is about
What?
age.
They'll get rid of the age.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Like
because
there's-
they're all old as fuck. And so I think we're gonna have to wait for like a newer generation
Right.
taking these seats to fucking okay, guys. We can't do
Right.
this till we're 85 and shit in our pants anymore, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In American politics globally, I mean, all countries kind of watch what's going on here. And now I feel like the image that we are presenting to the rest of the world is that the American governmental system is old, decrepit, can't put a
Yes.
sentence together, is dying in office. That is the image of America. That's what we
Yes.
are as a country now.
Yes, they're
It's-
making fun of us in other countries, and I hate it. And the only reason is Biden. We've got to get him
It's not
out of
Biden.
there.
What are you talking about? Mitch McConnell, Donald Trump. They are the same thing. They
Yes.
are old. They can't put
Be
fucking
smarter.
sentences together.
I would agree with you about Mitch, but not Trump. Trump
What?
can speak. He's
No,
going
he
to be our
can't.
savior.
I played you that whole clip. We did an episode where I played you a whole clip of him saying shit that made no fucking sense. He constantly does it.
He
Made no
makes
sense
he
to
makes
you.
sense to me. He's gonna
Okay.
get our freedom back and our security and bring our country back. He's the only one that
Yeah.
can, or we're all screwed.
Do you think that this is just going to be the way it is now? Are we going to see some politician, some federal politician, dying every week of old age
Yeah.
and being
Probably.
somebody? Their
Because
state
AOC
governor has to
and all
appoint a
those
new person.
people, they're going to ride that ship forever.
Yes,
Yeah.
could be. We'll see him dying in their terms. Yep,
All right. Is Mitch McConnell next?
probably.
Oh,
He gets frozen every other day.
he's
He
a fucking-
freezes.
he's a fucking
What?
rhino.
He freezes up, doesn't he? Isn't he the one that?
Oh, I
freezes?
see. I thought you meant that he was seeking some cryotherapy, but now I get what you
No.
mean.
He freezes up every other day. It's
Yeah.
sad.
Pretty much.
And-
I
and
agree.
Freezing
You
up.
know what is also sad?
He's a
That
rhino.
Jill Biden allows her husband to be our president when he freezes up and doesn't even know where the fuck he is. That's the saddest part of all.
And
Look,
she's-
I agree with you. I think Biden's
she
got to
and
fucking step
Obama
out.
are the-
Do you want to be on the show or not? Okay.
What did
then
he
have
say?
it.
Did he say something
No.
I have to bleep?
Yes, he did.
Okay. let me
Yes.
Make a note of that. I'll go back and
Bleep
look.
it.
Well, see, here's the
I thought
thing.
he
I
couldn't
can't tell what the fuck he's saying.
Dad said I thought you couldn't hear him.
Well,
I can.
okay.
Haley heard it.
I'll go back and look at this
Bleep it.
roughly. I don't know.
All he said
What's
is
he doing?
that
Is he just like laying down? Is he
he's
checking out? What's he doing?
pissed. He's sitting in a chair. He's yelling shit.
Well, he doesn't
I-
understand when he's yelling shit. No one can hear it if he's not near
Do you
that
want to
iPad.
talk?
It doesn't fucking
Do you
matter.
want to talk? He does not want to talk. Okay.
He said,
All
it
right.
doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah,
Okay.
he said it doesn't fucking
Well,
matter.
Maybe he'll want to talk about this. Our fourth and final topic is Trump on trial. Trump is currently involved in a civil fraud trial that began last Monday in New York. Trump, his two adult sons, and the wider Trump organization are accused of massively inflating the value of their properties by over $2 billion in order to secure favorable loans. On the trial's first day, Trump made a surprise appearance at the courthouse where he lambasted the judge and the New York Attorney General who brought the case. Whatever he's saying, no one can hear it. He has denied any wrongdoing, calling the case a sham. A defeat would mark a significant blow to the real estate empire that constitutes a significant chunk of his personal fortune and self-image. A victory for prosecutors would mean that Trump and his company would have to pay a $250 million fine and be banned from doing business in New York. Last week, the
Dang.
judge in the case, Arthur Engeron, ruled that Trump misrepresented his wealth by millions of dollars. The judge ordered that some of Mr. Trump's companies would be removed from his control. While the scope of this ruling is still unclear, it would mean that the Trump organization could be forced to hand over control to a court-appointed receiver or ultimately have to sell some of its most iconic landmarks. The upcoming trial will focus on 6 other claims made in the lawsuit, including falsification of business records, insurance fraud, and conspiracy. In addition to this civil case, he is facing 3 criminal indictments, 2 related to his alleged efforts to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election, and another to false accounting over hush money. A 4th case sees Trump facing 40 criminal charges over his alleged mishandling of classified material after he left the White House. Altogether, Trump is facing 91 felony charges, including 44 federal charges and 47 state charges. He denies them all.
Be convicted of 0.
Mom, do you think even one of these charges might have merit of the 91? Do you think there's anything to any of this?
No, I think it's all just a bunch of malarkey. It shouldn't be even happening. They're trying to get the heat off of the Biden crime family and Hunter Biden. But now the war, of course, is taking us all into another galaxy. So all of this is no. I don't
So
believe
wait a minute.
any.
You think some of this has to do with Biden wanting the focus to be on Trump? So they've fabricated 91 felony charges, which, by the way, most of these things took grand juries to look at the evidence and say, yes, there's enough evidence to indict him there. Those are just regular people.
All of these charges came right after Hunter did something big, or
I actually think this is going to be his downfall. I actually think he's going to be convicted. What are you guys going to do if he goes to fucking prison?
He won't.
Well,
that's
what if he does?
War.
Well, what if he does?
That's going to start us.
He will not.
Okay, hang on. If Dad wants to be in this, he's got to be by the
Don't
iPad.
yell. Okay. Now he's yelling, then he'll go, no.
It don't matter what I say. They got some bullshit. They're listening to 3 fat, ignorant black people.
Okay.
I just want to hear what he's saying. Like I want to hear what he has to say, but we can't understand it if he's not next to the iPad.
You guys are taking the word of 4 ignorant, fat black people who don't have a brain in their fucking head. And all they did is indict him so that he would be under pressure in New York, run by that fat, whatever the fucker name is, James or whatever, who couldn't pass fucking law exam anywhere else in the world because Soros got her in there.
Let me ask you.
She's an ignorant, fat black woman.
All right.
Enough said. I'm done.
Keep using the term fat as like a derogatory thing. Do you think Donald Trump is fat?
It is. Yeah.
You think Donald Trump is fat? Okay.
But he's not an ignorant asshole bought off by George Soros.
Okay. Do you think
Letitia James is? She doesn't have a brain in her fucking head. I got more brains in this little finger than that fat bitch has in her body.
Do you think that we're talking about 91 felony charges here? Do you think that anybody else that you've ever heard of in your life who has 91 felony charges against them, would you believe anyone else?
You know why?
That these are fake.
You know why? Nobody on the fucking planet has 91 indictments. It's all horse shit.
Okay.
So, I'm done. I'm done talking to those ignorant people.
Who? Me and Haley?
You're dumber than a fence post.
All right. He's done. So we're not going to hear anything else there. He's walking into the background. Now, do you think, Mom, that Trump is doing something stupid here by constantly calling out the judge, talking about the case on social media, going in front of the cameras and saying these judges are stupid? I mean, this could lead to more charges. He's literally doing things that are at least teetering on criminal activity on camera as he's talking about these cases. He's had gag orders put against him. He's not supposed to be doing this.
It means nothing. He's not going to go down. This will be dismissed, I think.
No more
you're wrong.
Like what Dad said. Who in the world would have that many Okay. 91, is it? Legitimate, right.
Yeah.
91 legitimate. They're
Well,
doing
somebody
this.
who had a high position of power, like the president of the United States, and who used that
Okay.
position illegally.
Okay.
What we got now selling us to China?
Okay, if he has 91 counts against him, then the Biden crime family has to have 100,000 against them.
Mm-hmm. I'm not
100,000.
disputing that Biden is corrupt. His son is corrupt. The entire United States governmental system is corrupt.
But you want Trump to be corrupt just because those stupid motherfuckers are.
No, I believe that he is.
Well, you're wrong.
I don't think he is. I think, like I said, these were all like made up things kind of to get the heat off of what was happening with Hunter and the Biden crime family.
So
even if he goes to trial and he's found guilty of any of this shit, you're still going to refute it?
No, that's when the fucking ammo starts flying at Democrats.
He won't be.
Day one, we go to war.
I'm not even worried.
I thought he was
about
done. I thought he was done.
I know. Bye-bye. I'm not even worried about it. I really am not worried about it at all.
You should be.
I'm not. They're not real. They're gonna go away.
You're gonna be crying in your soup and short order.
Thought he was done. Bye-bye. He's walking around.
He's like skulking in the background.
It was like the footage of
Like
fucking Bigfoot.
No, it's like the fucking in Signs. He's like the alien in the door frame. Whoa!
I cannot believe I raised two dumbasses.
Like I said, we cannot be gone 2 weeks in between.
No, he's fired up.
Got to reel his ass back in. How the show goes.
Yeah. Hopefully the show is a good outlet for him, and then he chills for maybe some part of the day after this. Let me ask you this: if Trump loses Trump Tower in New York, if he's banned from doing business in New York, will that make you mad?
No,
he'll
move it all to Florida.
Yeah, he's not gonna. He's not going.
Won't put him under.
No, he's not gonna lose any of this. I just nope.
I think he is.
I think so too. I think he'll be found guilty of some of these. I mean, there's 91 felony charges. Again, these all took grand juries. This is regular people called in. All the evidence was shown to them, and those people had to make the decision. Is there enough here to indict him? They all said yes. So
he's going to appeal everyone.
Okay, Dad's saying that he'll appeal everyone. It will take years. There's the appellate court. Not gonna stick. Not gonna happen.
No, of course. But like, let me ask you this. Let's say he appeals it and this gets stretched out over the course of the next 10 years. Do you want a president in office who is dealing with 4 trials, 91 felony counts as part of his daily life? You don't think that would impede his ability to do president? To be the president?
If he's gonna save America and make us stronger,
half of Trump is worth 10 Biden.
Okay, now
I think he's out. I literally think he's going to be out of the running. I'm trying to figure out who the fuck is going to run as a Republican candidate. I don't think Trump is it anymore. I think he's going to fucking jail. Yeah.
I think that this presidential election, I don't think we have seen either the Republican or the Democrat candidate yet. I don't think we know who they are.
Is that a prediction?
We don't.
Is that a prediction?
Yes.
Write it down.
My prediction is that Donald Trump will not be the Republican candidate.
I'm writing this down.
My prediction is
I think he's done. He's fucking done. This is like nail in the coffin shit.
Okay, so
he's
that's
done.
Haley's prediction. My prediction is Donald Trump will be our next president in 2024. Write that one down.
Well,
and
we
Chad?
Fucking done.
I'm writing down Haley's. Okay.
What was Haley's
Mom,
prediction?
you made a prediction on February 26th that DeSantis would be Trump's vice president. And then you amended it to Carrie Lake on June 12th. We have one from you on March 12th. That was within 1 year, Biden will die. So, okay, we got a little time still. Not much, but
Ask Chad,
let's see, about 6 months.
Bo Donaldson.
Ask Chad what? Who predicted
Bo Donaldson.
Bo Donaldson.
as the VP?
I
As
don't
the
know. Look, I've got 8 predictions from Dad
Okay.
here. You want to roll through them real quick? We've got January 29th. I haven't looked at these in a minute. We've got January 29th, the nuclear weapon will be used in Ukraine. We covered that up top. We've got from February 26th, need to learn Chinese within 2 years. World War III also within the next 2 years. Half of the U.S. population will be dead within 2 years. That's 331 million people. So 165.5 million people will be dead in America within 2 years from that prediction. I don't think we're close to that one yet. Also on that same day, Dad, you made the prediction Republicans will have full control of the House, Senate, and White House in the next election. We'll see. We've got April 30th, more people murdered in Washington by guns than there were in 2022. So we don't know about that yet. We got to wait until this year is over. Chinese hit our ass before Joe Biden leaves office. There was no date on this one. I think maybe it was the same thing on April 30th.
That China will hit us before
China
Joe Biden
will bomb
leaves.
the United States, blow up shit just like the terrorists did. We also see June 12th. Dad said if Trump goes to prison, there will be war in the streets. Blood will be shed. July 17th. Byron Donald will be Trump's running mate. Is that what he was talking about?
Yeah, that was the one.
And September 18th, there will be Democrats in the Senate who will vote for Biden's impeachment. All right, we'll see.
Yes.
And we'll see
100%.
if that one might be
We'll see if
happening
that
very
comes up.
quickly.
So far the impeachment trial, did you watch any of it where AOC just went down the line of all the fucking Republicans and was like, are you here to present any evidence today? Everyone was like, no,
Yeah,
no. They have no evidence.
Why are we fucking here? Yeah.
She
Yeah.
has no
Neither
idea.
is she. She has no idea. She was a bartender.
She's
Get her out
a
of there.
fucking
Okay.
just like
She was a
you.
bartender. Donald Trump was a fucking host of a reality TV show. That's what he's most known for.
Yeah, after
And a
he became
businessman.
a billionaire.
A billionaire businessman. Yeah. Real estate business.
But
Okay.
shut up.
Oh my
Who's
God.
he talking to? Was he yelling at you or me?
Who
You.
knows? Who knows?
You don't know what. You don't know anything about anything.
Why are you crazy ass today?
They're stupid.
Oh my
The
God.
ignorance is just dripping off of them like hot wax.
Did you
What
hear
did he
that?
call us? Two-shooter?
ignorance-
Two-shooter?
No, the ignorance is dripping off to like hot wax, he said.
All right. Well, as the ignorance is dripping off like hot wax, we have come to the end of our program. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Again, if you want to send in your questions, just send a 1-minute or under audio file to thenecessaryconversationpod at gmail.com. I go through
You
them
can't live in a blue city.
all. And
God save the people in Israel. Americans or not, whoever. It's just terrible.
God
and
save
now-
everyone. There should never be any wars. There should be no armed conflicts.
Yeah.
This is pointless.
Death to Palestine.
All right. And on that note, we must end the show as we do every week, despite our political differences, despite being called stupid and ignorant and hot wax and all the rest of it. Dad, I love you. Mom, I love you. And Haley, I love you.
Dad, I love you. Mom, I love you. Chad, I love you.
Oh God. I love you, Haley. I love you, Bob. I love you.
Chad, you melted wax. I love you. Haley, I love you. Mary Lou, I love you. And by the way, you guys better start listening to your dad because I'm smarter than you.
All right.
All right.